Hello, welcome back, Maxims and Surreals, to Shad's Rise channel. And, well, look at this place. It's cool.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
Can't believe what?
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those Adepti, surely.
Maybe.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete.
She really does not care. Look at her.
I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plastrite specimen.
Oh, thank you.
But I have to correct you on one point.
Yeah?
It's not helper, it's...
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plastrite we have received so far.
You know, I wonder how old
If
Paimon
everything
is.
goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings
Let's
in the
go!
area to serve as accommodations for the contestants.
Sorry for that
If
burst.
you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is
I don't need no
still
sleep.
a lot of work to do on the building site.
But I will not help you with that. No offense. I mean, I got the material. I don't need help.
Which everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? To never
Maybe she doesn't know how to feel about it, Paimon.
Paimon
I
can't
mean, it's
help
just...
but hold their head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
You're not a Adeptus?
Shenhe?
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Okay,
I mean, Paimon is right.
if you insist.
Great. Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Hi there.
It's raining. It's
Checking
pouring.
in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left. Here are your keys.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Is there more hotels around here?
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready.
Yeah, we're gonna seem like stalkers, but don't worry. We got you.
Eat around here.
Oh, yeah, we're totally just getting food.
Couldn't help but
Sorry.
notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before. Let's
That
buy
sounds
one
pretty
for
good, though.
Shenhe, too. She can have it as a midnight snack, or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
That'd be interesting
All
for
right.
breakfast.
I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Have a good rest.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
What the heck is that sound?
Isn't that cloud retainer? What's she
Oh.
doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Okay.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
I think
So
so.
far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
Yeah.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
So
Does she
Paimon
have
was
an
thinking
Adeptus name?
maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
I never would have guessed either.
Paimon neither. This is a real surprise.
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
Interesting.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
So when Shenhe talks about her master, she means...
It is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
Oh, I never would have guessed that.
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, Please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you. And take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
Hey! So, Shenhe...
Hi, Shenhe. Shenhe? Sorry.
Master has relayed my situation to you.
Yep.
I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning,
What?
causing me to
I've
suspect
been
that my
acting
master
normal.
must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
We both were.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend.
I mean, I treat everybody the
this,
same.
I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair,
You're welcome.
we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human
didn't-
isn't the important thing.
I didn't agree to
First and
this.
foremost, we're just plain old friends.
But okay, I
Got
guess
it.
we're friends.
Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside.
Ooh.
Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know you
Given
either.
the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Hello.
Greetings.
These 2 are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am there. Friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. Opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
I mean, we don't have to be.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help her win.
In that case,
I'm
I
Dark
have a
Light.
proposal to make.
Not her.
Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us.
Let's go. Let's do
Instead
it.
of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
I agree. Let's do it.
Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion. Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
Same.
The opera is a labor of love by my father.
Oh.
He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus.
That sounds
It's
interesting.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf? Or do you need something forged?
We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Yeah, what she said.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
Your mom. What?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself.
I
So,
haven't until now.
You're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium.
Okay.
Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Okie dokie.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain.
Is there a
Perhaps
reason
it
you were
can give me
thinking
some
over there about it?
inspiration. Let's not delay.
Maybe she
We should
knows
head
the area.
Straight there. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me.
Is it?
Look at these majestic, towering peaks, and the gently flowing streams. The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Ooh.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite.
Can't
The
wait to hear
legend
about it.
first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me." What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place! But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward. No! Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
Looks at Shenhe.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah! This should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium. Hey, there really is someone here.
God damn it, Paimon, you're getting distracted.
Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that. Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
He's like, go away.
Trying to tell us to look for clues in the village?
Nah, that's totally not it, man.
Whatever. Guess we're on our own.
I don't know how you figured that out, but that's not it.
Let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
That's your uncle?
It's...
Oh, he can't talk.
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village.
Everyone's confused.
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around.
And we will not
Don't
question
worry. Mingjin
anything.
has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe. Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Aha!
What's this?
I don't know.
So,
Oh,
Shenhe is the
I did-
divine
I just
damsel?
clicked that.
Now that I think about it,
Okay.
she does behave rather like an adeptus.
Wait, what did I just
And
miss?
she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple.
Oh, you're saying
And
that's her?
she didn't volunteer.
Oh,
she was
okay, I get it.
sacrificed to the monster
Sorry.
by
Like
her
5
own
minutes later.
father.
Oh. That's
The
sad.
truth is even more lamentable than
I
the
talk
opera.
about having horrible parents. Look at that.
Now I understand why
great.
Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains.
Yes,
which
let's
took the form of a
sacrifice my
monster.
child so that I
His
can
obsessive
have a
yearning
deity.
for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers
That
moved
totally makes
away in
sense.
fear, without ever learning the truth. And now, this place is deserted.
Achievement.
We've looked everywhere, but
Oh.
still no mention of Sybrosium. This is it!
This is what?
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Sybrosium!
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by.
Did you know?
I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him.
That's so sad.
I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
He shouldn't have treated you that way, though.
Do you still hate him?
You should.
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression.
You're just not lucky.
It also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
We're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
He's like, yep. Alright, bye. Don't need to talk to you people. I'm out.
Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Sybrosium. Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts, so I'd like to change them.
Tell me.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself
How
yet.
touching.
Shenhe, Yunjin,
And
cut the
Paimon
chit-chat.
has
Let's
ruined it.
go.
I'm in a bush. Is this where you want me to be? Is this what you want? Oh. I gotta change the time.
That's everything we need.
Goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess
Nice.
now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing?
No, it's actually Beto's time to shine.
I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe
It's so
it
key.
won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Will there
Thank
be a
you.
drink for me?
So,
And
Master
also
Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Huzzah! Let's go. Onward.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us. Ningguang's little secretary, we found all the materials!
All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the Plustrite yet!
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
And sadly, it's gonna be ages longer from now. Well, probably not ages. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And in the next video, there will be some beautiful music. So stay tuned to it. And see you in the next video. Shout out!